hope you're having a fantastic day or night, depending where you're at. If you are new to my channel, this is where you can always stop by to know about the latest tech topics, whether that be coming along with me in exposition halls and conventions, or checking out innovative electronic gadgets and really checking its features to see if they live up to them. Now, at the end of each of my video, we also get to explore the animal kingdom and discover the most intriguing and of course adorable creatures of this planet. So stay tuned to meet them. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for hanging out, subscribing, and just being an awesome, supportive person. I really appreciate it. And here's a special hello for you. Sully, do you have anything to say? Okay. Boo, do you have anything to say? Okay. Today's video is for the gamers in our community. If you really enjoy being fully immersed in a game, hearing your opponent's footsteps, or just having a higher awareness of your surroundings, we're gonna see how Razer attempts to bring us this quality with the Blackshark V2 Pro. It is classified as an esports wireless headset, making it clear that Razer's target audience is competitive gamers. So we're going to carefully review its wireless connectivity, how it was tested, as well as investigate their drivers, mic, audio, and of course, we are going to compare it to the top-rated PC and gaming headsets in the market. So let's get started. Here's how the video will be structured. We will talk about the components I mentioned and explain why they're important, how they are present in the Blackshark V2 Pro, and how each one compares with the highest praised wireless gaming headsets, which currently are the Bang & Olufsen Beoplay and Audeze Penrose. So let's see how this battle plays out. Any electrical product that operates without wires has to go through wireless testing and certification. This safety and quality testing is done via TÜV. Why is this testing important? Well, for wireless technology to function, they have to output radio signals or wireless power transfers, also known as WPTs. This radiation from the electromagnetic fields has to legally comply with global requirements. If you want to know more about how wireless connection is tested, I will link the TÜV resources in the description below. If we go into the Blackshark V2 Pro page, you'll see that Razer first highlights its hyperspeed wireless technology, claiming that it's the fastest in the market. More specifically, they state that it's 3 times faster than any other wireless gaming technology. Razer is able to achieve this with their data protocol that reduces the time it takes to send data to other channels, aka how fast you're able to hear sounds. Their adaptive frequency technology running at an impressive 2.4 GHz wireless connection is what enhances this capability by scanning available channels every millisecond for any form of interference to know which frequencies to avoid. The bonus of all of this is that the above processes draws less power from your headset, giving you a longer battery life for gameplay. Now let's check this bold claim and see if it's truly way faster than the competitors. Here are the headphones color labels so you can distinguish them in the spider graph below. They all have a 2.4 GHz wireless connectivity. Ignore these 2 X's. All of them are wireless, giving you total freedom of movement. They also have the 3.5mm male connector, suitable for use with all MP3 players and computer sound cards. They're also fully compatible with PlayStation and Xbox gaming. As for having a USB Type-C, the Blackshark V2 Pro is the only one that doesn't have it, so you would be missing out on the bidirectional charging and extra power abilities. Now let's talk about Razer's TRIFORCE titanium 50mm drivers. They went with a 3-in-1 driver system. The driver is the most important feature in headphones because it converts electrical signals into sound you can actually hear. This 3-part design chosen by Razer allows for a frequency band separation for higher quality audio, where it tunes highs, mids, and lows individually. This allows for a deep, powerful bass, clear natural mid-range, and bright, crisp treble. We end up having a smoother frequency response because of the 3-part drivers. You get lower deviation in sound levels, so you will have more consistent audio that doesn't spike or dip, so you won't be hearing anything dull or exaggerated when you're gaming. Remember how I said the drivers convert electrical signals into sound? Well, it's able to do that by creating a current with a conductor through a magnetic field that moves a diaphragm. A diaphragm is what's going to be moving the air around and produce sound waves that your ears can hear. So this choice of choosing a larger one is so that they can achieve a low frequency response rate. They also chose to coat the diaphragms with titanium, which brings crisper vocals and comms, ultra-fast response, and accurate sound production. Headphones are essentially a small speaker on each of our ears. If you would like to know more about each speaker component function, such as its motor, cones, and suspensions, and even check out a 3D sound wave demonstration, I would recommend checking out this video by Animagraphs, which I will link in the description below. Now let's compare the sound quality of these headphones to see if the TRIFORCE titanium drivers actually stand out. The first criteria we look at is the lowest frequency. The smaller the hertz is here, the stronger the bass will be. For this case, Audeze Penrose has the lowest frequency at 10 hertz. What about the highest frequency? The highest hertz will produce a clearer and crisper treble. It also demonstrates how high the pitch can be. Think of bells, a sharp scream, or the strum of a guitar when we consider treble. Audeze Penrose wins again in this category. Keep in mind that a sound's lowest frequency and highest frequency may not necessarily be heard by us humans because we have a hearing frequency rate of 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz. So even those lowest frequencies that were well below 20, we might only be able to feel them maybe as a strong bass experience rather than hearing any of it. And as for the higher frequencies, they're likely to only be heard by your pet. All of this different research from our hearing frequencies got me a little bit sidetracked, I'm gonna admit, and I wanted to see how we compared to other animals out there and their hearing capabilities. Dogs can hear as low as 67 Hz and as high as 45,000 Hz, so they're able to hear less bass than us, but more treble than we are. Cats are in that same boat with being able to hear less bass, but so far they have a much higher hearing frequency at 64,000 Hz. The greater wax moth is the animal that can sense the highest frequency rate at 300,000 Hz. This is 15 times what humans can hear. Lastly, there's the common pigeon that can hear at the lowest frequency of 0.05 Hz. It's interesting to see how varying and dramatically opposite our hearing frequencies can be. Now let's get back into our comparison and see the active noise canceling feature, which is only present in the Beoplay portal. As for the driver unit size, this is going to tie back to that bass quality. The larger the driver, the more powerful the bass experience will be. Once again, Audeze Penrose wins here. This last category is going to be related to your chosen microphone. The sound pressure level, or the acoustic pressure level, measures the loudest sound that a device can record without any distortion. Audeze Penrose wins again with the highest decibel. The Audeze Penrose and Beoplay portal both have a neodymium magnet, which are super light magnets that are more powerful than ferrite magnets. They can also have more bass and clearer high notes. They all have passive noise reduction due to their tight seal around your ear, which reduces background noise and prevents your music from leaking out. Audeze Penrose is the clear winner in sound quality, but let's check out their mics to learn more. Now let's talk about the hyper clear super cardioid mic. It has voice isolation, so when you're talking to your friends in Discord, they're not going to be hearing anything going on behind or in front of you, really just a focus in on your voice. It has an open microphone housing and a layer of sound tuning mesh designed for minimal obstruction. This is different from the previous Razer cardioid pickup pattern because a super cardioid mic has more noise rejection and a more precise voice reproduction, so you sound more like yourself in voice chat due to its larger diaphragm. The 9.9mm mic is detachable, which comes in handy whenever you don't want it in front of your face, maybe you're snacking or staying hydrated, whatever it may be. The first thing we see here is the noise canceling mic, which is present in all the headsets besides Audeze Penrose. As for the detachable mic, the Bang & Olufsen is the only one that doesn't have that feature, being that its mic is not outside the headset. All of them have the mute function, so you can quickly mute or unmute yourself from the physical headset. And lastly, we can see the number of microphones. Audeze Penrose and the Blackshark V2 Pro have the usual amount of 1, but the Beoplay has 4, giving it a higher ability to tune out background noise and make your voice sharp and clear. With this mic match, the Blackshark V2 Pro comes in a tie with the Beoplay Portal. Now let's talk about design because that matters a lot to me. I don't know about you, but I want my headphones to be white, sleek, and modern just to match up with the rest of my setup. So let's take a look. Audeze Penrose weighs 320 grams with the color options of blue for PlayStation and green for Xbox. It's made of artificial leather and has contoured foam on the ear cups. The Blackshark V2 Pro weighs 320 grams, the same as the Audeze Penrose. It comes in black, white, or Rainbow Six Siege. The materials include ear cushions made out of flow-knit memory foam and a breathable weave on top that minimizes sweat and heat buildup. The foam's density reduces the headset's clamping force. Lastly, the Beoplay Portal weighs the least at 282 grams. It has models in navy, black anthracite, and gray mist. Its materials are made of memory foam, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but they're also made of calf skin leather. That's right. Bang & Olufsen chose to use baby cows for their headset material, and Microsoft Xbox is flaunting it with their premium tags. Very inhumane and disgusting, but let's move on. Lastly, let's go over the power abilities. Both the Beoplay Portal and the Blackshark V2 Pro have a 24-hour battery life, and Audeze Penrose has the least with 15 hours. They all have rechargeable batteries. The Beoplay Portal is the only one that doesn't come with a battery level indicator. Looks like the Blackshark V2 Pro wins this power competition. Now for my final thoughts. Let's start off with the Razer Blackshark V2 Pro being compatible with the PlayStation and Xbox. Even though I am mostly a PC gamer, I definitely don't like to be limited to different gaming consoles, so that's a plus. It not having a USB Type-C is definitely a minus. It's a bit of an inconvenience. For those of you who aren't sure which cable I'm referring to, it looks like this. Both outputs look the exact same, and they also have this convenient oval shape. Now, why is it convenient, you may ask? The convenience of it being that shape, don't have to think about which side is up and which side is down. It's gonna look the exact same on either way, so plug it in any way you think, and you're gonna be good to go. So it's a super convenient cable, but then again, it's not a deal breaker for me, and it's something that maybe Razer can implement in the future. Now, talking about its noise canceling, it doesn't officially have noise canceling. It has what's called passive noise canceling because of the ear cups. For me, that's good enough because I don't really have a lot of things going on around me that's gonna make a lot of sound that's gonna come into my gaming zone. Might not be the best person to ask for noise canceling, but for me, that checks out. Getting into the mic. The only feedback that I've gotten from friends on Discord is that I come off as really loud. So it's something that they'd have to do on their end to turn me down. I see it as a positive because I'd rather be overheard than not be heard at all. So that feedback is good enough for me. As for the actual headphones controls, I know we didn't touch too much on it beforehand, but one thing I did want to make sure to point out is the exterior volume control. I did not realize how convenient this was going to be for me. It's just so quick, and I wouldn't want to have a headset without it now. I know a lot of other headsets do have that little scroll option when it comes to the volume. I don't know, it just doesn't feel as like, I really like it, okay? I can't explain it. Concluding thoughts, if I were to consider all three of the headsets once again and decide which one I want to go with, the first thing that would narrow it down for me is both power and design. If we think back to it, Audeze Penrose was the only one that had a limiting 15-hour battery life, while Beoplay Portal and the Blackshark V2 Pro both had 24-hour battery lives. So that right there already eliminates Audeze Penrose for me. When considering the Beoplay Portal and the Blackshark V2 Pro, they definitely check out in design with having that white, sleek option that I'm looking for. However, if we actually do some more research into the materials, which we saw previously, the Beoplay Portal chose to go with calfskin leather, and that's not something I'm purchasing. What are y'all doing? That's disgusting. Before we get into the animal of the day, I wanted to ask you all if any of you are maybe really good at identifying animals, because I went to Stanford's cactus garden and I found this mysterious animal that was eating a cactus. I don't know how it was doing it. It was just chomping on it, having some lunch, and I couldn't identify it. I wanted to make today's animal of the day on it, but I didn't know specifically what animal it was. It looked like a squirrel, or maybe it was a capybara. There's a lot of animals it looks like, so please let me know in the comments below if you know what it is. Getting into today's animal of the day, we are going to talk about turtles! I am so excited about this animal. They're so interesting, and throughout doing the research on them, I found out that there are so many more species than I could ever think of, and they're so unique. So let's learn more about them. Their habitat of origin are Brunei, Indonesia, Malaysia, and Thailand. They live in freshwater, tidal rivers, mangrove forests, and the coastal marine zone. The male painter turpins are nearly 18 inches, and the females are around 13 inches. The females are almost twice the size of the males. They have bright yellow and red markings all over. Unfortunately, they are critically endangered due to poaching of adults for food and pets, and also eggs for food, incidental captures and fishing nets, coastal habitat destruction, and sand mining. With that being said, let's see how we can help as individuals and which organizations are actively trying to help these turtles. The first thing you can do to help is saying no to plastic. Even though this is a really huge ask, sea turtles and ocean life mistake plastic as food and ingest it all the time. An estimated that more than 100 million marine animals die each year as a result of eating or getting entangled in plastic. Secondly, reduce your carbon footprint. Climate change affects the health of coral reefs, which are vital to the turtle's survival. A warming planet also skews sex ratios in baby turtles, changes the abundance and distribution of prey, increases erosion of nesting beaches, and more. Thirdly, avoid buying seafood. Sea turtles are vulnerable to commercial fishing methods like trawling, long lines, and drift gill nets, becoming unwanted catch that is just discarded like trash. There is a full list of things you can do to help the turtles in seaturtles.org. They have numerous conservation programs that you can contribute to as well. I'll link them in the description below. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like down below. And if you want to see more content like this, don't forget to subscribe. And please comment down below what your current gaming headset is, maybe some features you wish it had, or some current features that you really enjoy. I love to learn more about it. I hope to hear from you soon. Have a good one. Bye. Also, here's a shout out to my first fan art. Thank you so much, Renee.